We are going to use Geogebra, a website for geometry, to take this green triangle and convert it into this red triangle. The green triangle is triangle A, B, C, and the red triangle is A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. We're going to use transformations, two different ones, in order to get from green to red. We're going to use a translation and a reflection. Those are two different transformations. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to use, oh, by the way, in GeoGebra, you can either look at all the different bits and pieces on the screen, or you can look at the tools. We're going to go ahead and choose the tools menu. And usually we like to go to this arrow guide to select things, but for now we're going to go, well actually, yeah, we don't need to start there. What we're going to do is we're going to go down and look at all the transform tools. Now, if you cannot see the transform tools menu, there might be a more button. I already pressed it. Let's take a look. Yeah, maybe, oh no, there's a few transforms, but if you hit more, you can see some more transforms. And here they are. Okay, here's all of them. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to reflect. We're going to go ahead and take this triangle and we click on it. And then we're going to take the line that we're going to reflect about and we're going to click on that baby. And when we do, we now have A prime, B prime, C prime, and that is a new triangle. Just so that we can see that it's a separate and intermediate step, I'm going to go ahead and just select this triangle and change the color to blue. So we can see it's a completely different guy. And then what I want to know is what is the transformation that is required in order to get from this blue triangle to this red triangle. And so I will go, now I can just go ahead and move this blue guy around and see how far I had to move in order to make this happen. I could count squares, and that's a possibility. Unfortunately, I'm using lots of these little squares. What's happening here is I'm about 2 little squares down below the -6, and the good news is this B prime or B double prime, it is about 2 little squares below -2. So it looks like to go up from here, I'd have to go up from -6, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to go up about 4. So it'd be like y plus 4. And then I have to go to the right from this guy. This guy right here, this A prime, it's about 1 back, 1 little square back from the 4. Here's the x equals 4 up here. So if we go 1 square to the left, then we're at A prime. To get to A double prime, we've got to be 1 square back from the 5 on the x-axis. There's 5 on the x-axis. So it looks like to me to get from A prime to A double prime, oops, did not mean to do that. It's going to be a little tricky using this GeoGebra. You'll run into these difficulties yourself. This guy lets us move the x-axis, move the coordinate plane all around, and down here is where we zoom in and zoom out. So anyways, it looks to me like we're going to have to move about 1 full square to the right from our current x position. So our transformation, we could say, I'm going to go ahead and add some text. Our transformation looks to me like it should be reflecting about this line. By the way, the name of this line is y equals x. So we've got to reflect about y equals x. That's the first thing. And then then we'll translate. And the translate formula will be something like x plus 1, comma, y plus 4. And how do I know it's plus 1 and plus 4? Well, to get from this blue triangle to this red triangle, I have to go up 4. And I have to go to the right 1. So that's why it's x plus 1 and y plus 4. Voila. I'm going to go ahead and make it so you can see that in my answer. So I used the reflection tool to figure out where the triangle needed to be, and then I just counted squares to see where the blue triangle needed to go to get to the red triangle. Now, something kind of cool, something kind of neat I'll add to this is that in a way, we are talking about a vector here. I'm going to go ahead and make a ray for you guys. There is a vector that allows us to move from this blue position to this red position, and that vector essentially goes up 4 and to the right 1. And so this vector right here, and again, I could put that anywhere I want, but the idea that I have a vector that moves up 4 and to the right 1, that's the translation that's occurring from this blue triangle to this red triangle. Okay, now I want you guys to try it.